Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 119 of OFAC. How you doing, Aaron?
I'm doing very well, Pete. How are you this week?
I'm not too bad, not too bad. It's been a very quick week. How's your first week back been?
Oh, as you saying quick week, mine's been one of them. It's felt like it's been 3 weeks long. Like, really tough week back this week. Just getting back into that
Hmm.
routine, Sometimes, you know what, people say, oh, you teachers are lucky getting half terms. You think it'd get easier. It don't going back.
Yeah, yeah,
Never gets any easier. And then, now the little one, it's always a bit of a struggle getting her back into the routine.
yeah, yeah,
Just added to it, in it. But yeah, it's been a bit of a slow one, but we're nearly there. Friday tomorrow, isn't it? So
yeah. I got a lot of work on, so it's just gone really quick, which is nice. It's a bit stressy during the week, but it's nice that the weekends come around.
yeah,
Although it goes quickly enough, doesn't it? But
oh, it does. And I'm building a brand new massive wardrobe on
right,
Saturday. It's already been delivered.
Alan Keys.
Probably be a load of Allen keys in that box, went there. Got to take the old one apart as well, and that's huge. So I've got a mate
Right.
coming round because obviously my wife's pregnant. She's like, I can help. He's
Yeah.
like, you're not helping.
No.
Not at all.
You'll be of no help, and you're not helping. Yeah,
So, no, me and my mate would do it.
yeah.
But you're just like you're thinking, oh, I can't wait for the weekend, and then you're like,
Oh, yeah. You're
oh
like,
God,
oh man, that's
God.
that's Saturday gone already.
Yeah, innit? That's
And
Saturday
then,
out,
yeah,
and then it's
yeah,
just Sunday, and then it's just gonna be next week again. So that's that.
yeah. But I know you because my wife's a teacher, so I know that you people live in how many weeks till the next break? 4 weeks
Oh,
now till
this is a
Easter.
short
So
one. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
this is the short
so
one.
I
This is
know
a
it's
good
just
one.
like
This.
yeah. So you're not too long to go. Um, yeah, no. It's been all right. It's been good.
Good.
Yeah, so we got a reasonable show tonight. There's again, as you know, it'll be the same sort of stuff that a lot of the other sites have covered because we're all scrabbling about at the moment. At the moment, we're in Lunar New Year, so there's not a lot going on. Although Hot Toys have released a few pre-orders this week, we've got a few other bits we can chat about. So thanks
Definitely.
to Aaron for the awesome graphics we've got here.
Well,
Um,
Chat GPT.
yeah, but you got to know how
Know how to
to
do it.
yeah,
How to
exactly.
put those things in.
Yeah. No, it's really cool.
Yeah, it looks good. I like it.
Yeah. So, okay, let's jump straight in then. So, collection update for you, mate. What's
Yeah, it looks more exciting than it is, to be fair. Obviously, the Terminator we covered last week. I don't want to go into loads of detail about that,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you were right, Pete. You said you'll be happy with him.
yeah.
Yeah, I really am. Actually, really liked
That's
him.
good. Yeah.
Really, really good figure. Does exactly what I wanted it to do, which was just represent the character. Feel like I've ticked that box, and I
I
haven't
enjoyed the
spent.
excitement that when you realised that the eye lit up.
Oh my god,
That was a magic moment. That was.
didn't know it did that. And it's only because I changed the head sculpt, and then was
I went,
like, why is
oh,
there a
what's that?
switch?
Yeah,
And then obviously it didn't do anything because there's no batteries in it.
yeah,
And then I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, must do something. So and then I was like, I'm not going to have any of those batteries. And luckily, I had a whole pack from when I used to have the saber and the arms
Yeah. Oh,
before I started
nice.
the
Yeah,
CCFL
yeah,
stuff. I had a
yeah.
whole pack of them. So yeah, put it in. So I was like, text Pete that. I was like, bloody hell, mate, you didn't tell me this news.
Well,
So
I
that was
didn't
lovely
because
surprise.
I moved mine straight on. I didn't. I had a look at it but I didn't bother to open it up and put the batteries in. But obviously, I knew.
Wow,
But you
I
you
didn't.
were saying that the guy that came to store your oven spotted it. Was
Yeah,
very
yeah, because
impressed.
I had it right in the kitchen on that day. So he came in and was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "It's just a Terminator
Yeah.
it's present toys." I was like, "There's more expensive ones." Like, and I showed him the rest of mine, and then he was like, "Oh god!" And then I was like, and his eye lights out, and
And he
he was
went
like,
boom.
I
Love
was
it.
imagining, I bet you he's gone home and was like, "I need to buy something like
Yeah.
that."
Yeah.
He was
He's
in.
trawling
He was
eBay now. Yeah.
he was in. From that moment, I bet he didn't forget about it when he went home. I bet that was on his mind. He was
Yeah.
like, I need that.
Absolutely.
And then what else has happened? So I found when I've been sorting out the back room, ready for the new baby and everything, found that Obi-Wan, I guess it's a diorama statue, I guess you'd call it, which totally forgot I had. And yeah, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to put that next to my bed. So I just, whacked it up, and I thought, I quite like that, actually. Perfect size for just on the bedside table, lights up at the top.
So has it been there since you moved, or?
Yeah, essentially. That was one of the first boxes, I guess, that I put. There was a big cupboard in that back room, which has essentially been filled with figure boxes from the day we moved in here. And what I've actually have done, P, I should have texted you this. I finally got round. I mean, it took me ages, but I got round to taking all the accessories out of all the boxes, putting them in a bag, label the bag in a big one of them big like Tupperware boxes. Brilliant. Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do that 4 years ago? What was I thinking?
Yeah,
So
no,
much
absolutely.
easier.
I know it's a game changer, really. I mean, the only thing with it is obviously if you do decide to sell a figure, but as long as you label them up and you keep them, because the thing is, like, the hands and stuff, that's the hardest thing. If you mix stuff up, if you come to sell it, be like, right, I know that gun goes with them, I know that gun, but the difficult ones are the hands.
I could imagine that actually. I
a
kept them in their
baggie.
individual bags, sealed it, name on it, and actually since that, I have made a few changes to the collection with that, where I've been like, I'm going to go get because it's just so much easier. I'm going to go get that gun out and put in with that or whatever.
Exactly.
Before, so got to get the box. Open the box.
In the loft, find the box.
Get the box.
And it takes quite a while to get in, doesn't it? And all that. And it's
it's like it's eliminated all that. So that's now a thing now. I'm just going to continue doing
I think
that.
sometimes, particularly when you get a new figure, you're not really sure how you're going to display it. So you'll kind of get it out. You'll do an initial pose with the bits and pieces, and then you'll probably a week or so you're like, I don't really like that. I'm going to try some different accessories. And it makes it so much easier than having to get the whole box out and everything.
Totally. So as I was doing that, that's when I found the Obi-Wan, because it must have been the first box I put in that cupboard, and in front of it was just everything else. I was like, I'm going to get that out. It's a pretty cool figure. It looks quite good. Lights up at the top. So that's sort of, it's not new to the collection, but new on display, I guess, and something I forgot I had. And then my Joker there, basically just a body switch. I did have him without the jacket, sat down on that table from the film. That's how I've had him since I got that head sculpt for him anyway. And then I thought, I want him stood up now with that's the actual DX01 or 2, whatever that very first one was. That's where that jacket's from.
Right.
So I stood him up with that, and then I was like, the body's shit. And he was just sort of like...
Did the other body not stand up?
He was just like he was pissed.
He was just good. He was just good for sitting, was he?
He was fine with sitting. Standing, couldn't manage it. So I was like... I didn't buy a new body. I just swapped it with a figure I've not got on display and just put the body on it. So I've got him like that now, which is good.
I thought you were going to swap him with another sitting figure. Another figure that didn't need knees.
Sat down. And then I've bit the bullet and ordered a Mace Windu.
You're bad motherfucker.
Yeah, CCFL coming, so I'm looking forward to that.
Nice.
Yeah, that looked really good. That's basically I've got a green, an orange, a blue, purple, and a red. I think that's going to look good. And yellow. Yeah.
So that's pretty much the full range, I think.
I think that is, apart from like the really niche ones like the white.
The white ones, yeah.
But I haven't really got a character to have a white one with, really.
No. Well, remember, I've still got a double set of white sabers. If you ever do,
I saw them on eBay the other day when I was looking.
Yeah,
they popped up, and I was like, "Oh, Pete's still got them."
Yeah,
but yeah, I'll bear it.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I bought the Ahsoka from the second Hot Toys one, but I just decided I didn't want to go in that direction, so I sold her on. And I'd made the sabers already. And I kind of offered with the sale, they didn't want them, and they just sat around like nobody wants them. So
someone might eventually, mate.
Yeah,
you just got to wait for the right.
Yeah, exactly. But they're cool. So
Yeah, they are. But yeah, that's my little update for the week. Here we go.
So this I've talked about this on the last couple of shows, on the show we did Sunday before last, and on Ben's show on Let's Get Nuts on Sunday. So this is the much awaited Chocolate Man and Dwarf. Still love that name. Willy Wonka and the Oompa Loompa from the 1971 film Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Gene Wilder. So it's taken about 3 years for this guy from pre-order to come out, and there was a lot of, it's one of those ones you started to wonder, is it ever going to come out? Are they going to kind of pull the plug on it? And Mars Toys were knocking out other figures. They're quite active. They kept saying, "Oh, this is coming soon" on like forums and stuff, and it's like, yeah, okay. And then they said it'll be out before the end of December. It didn't make that, and then obviously we got kind of all of a sudden there were pictures of the box art and the packaging and stuff, and it's coming. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. It comes with 3 heads, so it comes with this same sculpt without the hat, and you get a separate hat. And you get a smiling sculpt, so which I'm not so keen on. I don't think the likeness is quite as strong. You get loads of accessories, so you get like these chocolate bars down the bottom. They're like proper foil and wrapped and all printed. So you get like 5 Wonka bars, 5 I think they're scrumdiddlyumptious bars, 5 of the every flavour gobstopper things. Loads of things from his office, like the half head and stuff. Love it, absolutely love it. As you can see, I haven't found a space for him to live yet, so I needed to get some pictures for tonight. I hadn't taken any, so I just whipped a couple of indies out, stuck them on the shelf there, just to get some lighting on them. Took some pictures, so that they're not a permanent fixture in the indie collection. I've got it's difficult. I haven't really got a obvious space. I know, and that we'll move on to the next point. But you said, put them in the cupboard where you keep your chocolate. Opened up a whole can of worms.
And it has, hasn't it?
Yeah, but I love this character. I love this film. It came out in 1971. I wasn't born until 1975, but imagine a world, Aaron, where you couldn't just watch stuff on demand. They would show these movies like this, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, even on the Star Wars films. You'd look forward to Easter weekend or Christmas because you get to watch the films again that you love, and that was it. You had to wait. You had to like check the schedules. Oh, brilliant! Like Willy Wonka's on tomorrow, and like you'd make sure you were there.
Pencil it in.
Absolutely, mate. So big part of my childhood. Loved Gene Wilder, always loved Gene Wilder sort of since growing up with that. So it's a real kind of sort of childhood memory, really, to have this guy. So
that looks great. Really. Looks brilliant. Like
and all the tailing's lovely and everything. I can't really fault it. I think it's a shame you could buy more Oompa Loompas on their own, but they all got the same head sculpts, which in the Johnny Depp remake, they were all the same because they were all played by Deep Roy, so they all looked the same. But in the original one, they weren't. They were all acting dwarfs. And we talked a few weeks ago about the lack of work for people of dwarfs because because like the Snow White thing, they just CGI'd it all and everything. So some of these guys were like, they went on to do Star Wars and things like that. They were the same people you kind of saw popping up in all these movies and everything. So it would have been nice if they'd done some extra head sculpt. I think somebody's asked Kit because Kit's quite in with Mars Toys. It got a bit of influence and stuff in there. So they said, would you consider making a couple of different head sculpts? In which case, obviously, then the extra Oompa Loompas are going to sell out. So I'll keep an eye on that. Don't really need more than one, to be fair. It's just a good representation. The fact that you're getting like 2 figures.
I mean, the joy of that, you could have as many as you wanted, Pete, couldn't you? I mean,
you could have hundreds of them. Yeah. I just sell everything and just have like
Have
a
one
1,000
with-
Oompa Loompas.
Actually, that would borderline. That would go from being a really good figure, wouldn't it, to then being like, that's fucking weird. Have you been in Pete's? Have you been in Pete's collection room?
What is going on? So orange in there.
Just loads of them. You can't even see Willy Wonka, really. You've got to look.
Oh, it'd
around
be
the
like,
room
where's
and
Wally?
Wally, where's
There'd be
Wonka?
just all Oompa Loompas, and he'd be hidden in there somewhere.
Oh, there he is. There.
Sitting,
Found
because
him.
obviously he's a lot
Sit.
taller than them, so it'd be a bit obvious otherwise.
Yeah, just stick out.
So
like a
anyway,
sore
so
thumb.
that led me to the.
Yeah, here we
I'm
go.
calling this section the bone of contention, and then maybe we'll make this a regular thing.
I'm up for it.
So when I was on Ben's Let's Get Nuts show on Sunday, and I said I don't know where to put him, and Aaron put in the comments, why don't you put it in the cupboard where you keep your chocolate? It'd be a nice sort of surprise, you know. And the chocolate link, I saw what he was doing there. I replied back, sorry, mate, my chocolate lives in the fridge. And then Aaron said, we can't be friends anymore. So I felt like this is something that we should, we should have this out.
I think we should.
Chocolate is best kept in the fridge. Prove me wrong. So I've just given you a picture there of someone's beautiful fridge that is just chock full of chocolate. It's all nicely displayed out. You can tell exactly what you're going to get. It's all going to come out lovely, crisp, hard, cold, lovely, straight, ready to eat. On the alternative, we have this one, which looks like someone shat in a bag, where their chocolate has just been left out in room temperature, and clearly it's very hot, and it's just melted. It looks disgusting. I don't know how you're meant to eat that with it all running out of the packet. And it reminds me when I was down in Cornwall a couple of summers ago when like temperatures were hitting nearly 40. And I went in, I think it was a B&M or something, and they have like all the chocolates and stuff, like a big row of chocolates. I went to pick one up, and it was literally like just liquid in a bag. It was so hot in there that all the chocolate had melted, and I was like, oh, and I just put that back.
Put it back.
And I thought that whole lot of that is ruined, because even when it gets cut and it reforms, it's all going to be
you can't.
horrible.
What
horrible,
you can't do
right?
is then refrigerate the chocolate and expect it to be. You can't do that. No, I will give you that one.
So my argument is that chocolate is best enjoyed straight out the fridge. Prove me wrong.
Well, it's funny when you mention this, because my wife also keeps her chocolate in the fridge, and
Yes.
I do not. So if we buy chocolate straight, like I've had to get into the habit of, if I went to the shop saying, you think, oh, do you know what? I'll pick up a couple of bags of Magic Stars or Maltesers.
For your daughter, obviously, you don't eat Magic Stars, do you?
No, I don't. Not at all. No, I don't even like
Just
them.
get that straight, yeah.
Yeah. So I would be in the habit of putting them in the cupboard, because that's where I put chocolate. The amount of times I'd be like, I've got you some Magic Stars out there. Oh, have you? They're in the fridge. No.
She don't want them.
Put them in the fridge.
Put them in the fridge. We'll have them tomorrow.
That's
Yeah?
right, yeah.
She's
So she
talking
likes
sense.
she likes them in the fridge. Mate, no, can't. I don't. I find it too hard.
You worried about your teeth?
Little bit. I do have a memory of my dad. One Christmas, right?
Yeah.
This is like Boxing Day, right? Boxing Day evening. One of those fucking huge dairy milk whole nut.
Yeah. Yep.
Just sat there watching telly.
Was it out of the
eating
fridge?
Yeah, out of the fridge. Like that. Me and my mum both went, fucking
That
hell,
didn't
you're
sound right.
That's Jesus. He just went, oh, that's my front tooth base is smashed. And I don't know whether maybe that's like, I don't know.
There's a little bit
I
of
was
PTSD there.
sort of like 8 or 9 at the time. And I just remember him, just no front tooth. And then he was like, oh, it's Christmas as well. I'm not going to get seen, am I? By like, this is going to be like this for about a week.
So how did he deal with the rest of that chocolate? Did he leave it out then? So that it
I
was
think
softer?
he left it. He did, and I don't think he. Yeah, and I think he stopped then putting it in the fridge. You know,
Right.
I think. But here's, and now you're going to hate this. This is the other extreme. We also had a proper fireplace in our living room when I was growing up. Me and my mum would sometimes put say we were going to have a cheeky Mars bar, we'd actually leave it on the fire, like just in front of the fire. Not for long, mind.
Yeah.
You've got to really judge, like, you've got to really judge it, like, because you could fuck it, and it looks like that picture.
You got it down to fine art, did you?
Yeah. You want it so that it's not like that. You don't even really want it stuck to the bag, but you want it so that it's just that, it's like just that sort of moisture.
I find it too claggy. Like,
see, I like a bit of the...
See,
I like a bit of...
Yeah.
Because it just feels like, it's just...
It'll coat your teeth and you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I sort of just want to smother my mouth in.
Yeah, I wanted to put a picture of Augustus Gloop there, like, because it works with the figure, and also he's got it all drinking it out the...
So I think that's where I've always had it room temperature. I will admit, though, the fridge is safe because you don't end up with what you've got there, because that can happen, Pete, like you say, in the shop. I've had it happen here when it's those bloody heat waves.
The fridge is a known variable. It's a safe space. It's always going to come.
It's always going to be okay.
And you can leave it out for 10 minutes if you want. Whereas it's a gamble. It's in the cupboard.
It is a massive gamble in the cupboard. You are right. I mean, that fridge is organised well, as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whose fridge that is.
Mind you,
it's not mine.
They haven't got any milk. Just
no.
Fuck it. I'm just going to spend the whole weekly shop.
I'm hoping it's just a chocolate fridge, but if that's their whole fridge, then they've gone. That's a bold move.
It's very bold. Yeah, it is.
I think the best thing ever was I was out for a curry with some mates, some of the dads of like my son and his friends and all that, and we went out for an Indian, and normally you get like a chocolate or something at the end. Bought out After 8 mints, and they've been in the fridge. It blew his mind. He was like, "Oh my god, these are amazing." He goes, "I never liked them before, but out of the fridge."
See, I hate After 8s. That's why I sort of...
Yeah, I'm not really a fan, to be honest. I'm not really a fan of minty chocolate. I know it's a big thing and people love it, but to me, it doesn't really work. I kind of have one at Christmas, and it's lovely. Should we get the After 8s out? Oh yeah, let's.
Brilliant.
Yeah, because it's dark chocolate as well. I don't like.
It's
dark
just
chocolate.
too rich, and like you say with mint, I just want mint in my toothpaste, and I don't need to replicate that flavour throughout the day. Really, don't want that.
But we have got a chocolate. The bottom drawer of our fridge is chocolate. Yeah, so. Got some chocolate peanuts in there that I'm looking forward to.
Ooh.
But I keep saying to my wife, I just fancy chocolate peanuts tonight. No, man, I want to eat some chocolate peanuts. If I eat them, I'll get my ass kicked. so I just go, all right, maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow then.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, clearly I'm right, but I can see that you've put a reasonable argument out there.
It's just I think. You got to be conscious that it doesn't always look like the one on the right. It can happen though.
I went for an extreme.
Yeah.
I went for an extreme.
And that is what you do, take the risk.
Yeah.
But if you are in control of it, it's fine.
Yeah. Have you ever had a mini egg out of the fridge? Oh, although that would be a tooth.
See, they're hard anyway, mate.
They are.
Harder.
No. Fair enough.
Mini egg's good though, isn't it?
Well, I noticed. Do you want to shout out? We've got a super chat in there. And,
literally just about to say, should we check over the chat? Because we've got Bob Dillon here. Thank you very much, Bob.
Cheers, man.
Really do appreciate that.
We are very respectable.
We are totally respectable. two really respectable people.
Pillars of the community.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. What else we got going on here? We've got someone here, Ryan. Looks great. He's talking about the Wonka.
Wonka Man, yeah.
Wonka Man.
Yeah, it's funny because they're all sold out and they've said that they won't re-release, but I'd be surprised if they don't because it's been really popular. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, B&M, they're cheap as shit. They can't afford aircon.
No, we just let it all melt.
I mean, yeah. It was. I've never seen anything like it. I was like, oh.
That's
not
bad,
buying that. I won't be
really.
buying that.
Like, what a waste. Because it would have all
Yeah,
been like it as well, wouldn't
yeah,
it?
exactly. Yeah, I bet they just left it out there.
Yeah, some idiot. I'd have
But
bought it. I'd wait for Aaron. He'll
yeah,
buy it
and
all.
it's a funny shape. It's all flat. Uh,
I'll eat it. Right.
so let's move on to.
What we got for this week then, Pete?
So we've got a few new releases. So first up, we've got the Hot Toys No Time to Die James Bond, the classic look in the tuxedo. So this was announced before the Commando one, and then they kind of brought the Commando one out quite quickly. So a lot of people had that one in hand for a while. And I think it was fairly well received. I think the people were quite happy with it. I think this one's causing a little bit more controversy in the fact that the tailoring is not sort of precise enough. I don't think. I mean, it looks all right in that picture on the left. I think when you get in close
to it,
the stitching and the finishing and stuff, I don't think it's ever really been Hot Toys' strong point. There are other companies that do it a lot better. And also people saying that the sculpt's a bit big, and I think it's the same sculpt as the Commander one, but that one was batter damage. But I think just because of, and I assume they're the same body as well, but there's something about this one that's making that head look a little bit sort of too bobbleheady.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So what do you think? Because I know you put together that custom one recently, didn't you? So
well, it wasn't quite a custom. Actually, it was in a way. I can't even remember what brand it was, but when they announced this, for some reason I was like,
it was like an unofficial.
Yeah, it was a third party one. And I thought, do you know what? I really want that Commander looking one. So I just, luckily there was a guy on Marketplace selling it real cheap, so I bought it, and then I bought just a white jacket and black trouser set from eBay, like for about, I don't know, 40 quid, I guess, and just put him in that. I know that's not the incorrect film, but I wasn't really going for the fact it was from a particular one. I just wanted I just always had that image of Daniel Craig in that white jacket, so I just got that. So I had two outfits for him. So I got the command. So I just swapped between them as and when I think I want a bit of a change or whatever. But I didn't love the character enough to warrant getting. I think the sculpt's probably better, even though the head's a bit big. I think the sculpt's probably better.
I think it could be sold with a slightly beefier body, but then I don't know whether this suit would fit a bigger body, or you'd end up then just basically buying this for the head and the wristwatch. Maybe the weapons, and then having to buy a whole new body and tuxedo and stuff, which starts to make it a very £400 figure. Then,
well, it does easy, doesn't it?
And it certainly doesn't warrant. My collection doesn't warrant that sort of expenditure on a Bond. And to be honest, I don't really know which Bond. I grew up with Roger Moore, and everyone seems to have their Bond in the same way that they have their Doctor Who, but. I still don't. I don't have a strong urge to have a Bond in my collection. I don't think.
I mean, this was weird that I wanted. Very odd, because I'm not like massively into the Daniel Craig ones. I thought that they were good, but I wasn't like, oh, these are great, and I've never wanted a. It was only, I think it was just a case of I saw the figure and was like, oh, yeah, why not? I've not been passionately into it. And,
no, I mean, I enjoyed the movies, but
if there was a Pierce Brosnan. But again, you're just back to the suit again, aren't you? Really, it just be him in another suit.
And ever so slightly sort of different suits because they got tighter and tighter. Well, they kind of started that way with Connery, and then obviously as you got into the 70s, 80s, they got a bit more flary and a bit more, and then you've kind of come back to that slim look again. With Craig, but I think the movies were good, and I think that they were nice and gritty, but I'm not sure that I was ever a massive fan of Daniel Craig. It didn't really endear me. I didn't really warm to him that much.
No, it didn't to me either.
No, so not for me. And I think maybe this will probably kind of make people go looking for the Commander one a bit more. Maybe try and move this on if they went for this one over that one, because obviously this was announced first. A typical Hot Toys move. This was announced, and literally like 2 weeks later, it's like, oh, we'll bring this one out. And I was like, oh fuck, that's the one I want. I'd rather have that one. Yeah. Which is, you know, has basically something we'll talk about later has happened again, pretty much, and not as blatantly bad as the Chrome Mando, where they literally, you know, people were just getting them and in hand, and then they were like, this one's better, and even their whole marketing was like, this one's shit, this one's good, and it was just like the worst, and everyone trying to offload the old ones. It was like a massive market for a while with people chroming all the bits for people that didn't want to pay for the new one and all this stuff. And I was like, I'm glad I'm not involved with that. I bought the Durasteel Mando, and that was the look I wanted, and I was happy, kept him.
Yeah.
But it was a bit of a dick move. This one we've got there's basically 3 Marvel characters we're going to talk about tonight. So this is the 2.0 of the Captain America Winter Soldier by Hot Toys. So the kind of the all blue and silver outfit. So this just came out. I don't mind it. I quite like it. I'd said on Sunday that I'm not a massive fan of the unmasked sculpt. I know that a lot of people are saying they think it's brilliant. I'm not so sure. But then I would never display a cap like that. I would always display him with the helmeted look, to be honest. Yeah. So it wouldn't bother me so much. I think it's a big improvement. I think the proportions and stuff are better. Obviously, the fit and finish. I do like the mask sculpts. Again, I don't think it's bang on Chris Evans, but it's good. It's a good lifelike sculpt, I think. And obviously, you've got the movable eyes and stuff now. So yeah, I mean, it's always I kind of got out of Marvel, then I kind of got back in with Deadpool Wolverine. So I have resisted kind of going back and picking up some of these characters again. But you look at this and go, actually, like I think it's you can probably get it cheaper than that. I kind of put a sort of stock 250 in, but obviously it depends where you can get it from and stuff like that. And it's tempting to go, oh yeah, I might pick that up, but then that's just a rabbit hole I don't want to go back into, really, because you then get to the point, if you're trying to put an Avengers together, the Hulk is always the tricky bit, because I had the original Avengers one. I still think that's the best one. I wasn't a big fan of the one that came out for the Age of Ultron, and I can imagine they will do a Hulk, because obviously they've still got that Red Hulk coming out, so they've got the molds for the body and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think we'll get another Hulk. But yeah, how about yourself? What do you think of this?
I actually quite like this. But again, Pete, same reasons for you with just going into that Marvel thing. Like I can't, because it won't be ever one. You'd need, I think.
Oh, you need at least 6. You need at least 3 Avengers, and then yeah.
I've managed to like when I bought that Spider-Man on Marketplace relatively cheap. I was worried then, because I was like, oh, is this going to start me off on a bit? And actually it hasn't. But I think that's Spider-Man, isn't it? Spider-Man.
Well, it's funny enough, I kept the Spider-Man, so I got the classic suit one from the game, and then I got a few villains. So I had the I forget which. I think it's So Toys, the Green Goblin, so the classic look, and then I picked up the Hot Toys Doc Ock. He's really cool, and then I got the Mysterio. So I had that as Marvel, and then obviously Deadpool Wolverine drew me in. So I've got a couple of Deadpools, a couple of Wolverines now. But I think, I don't want to. I'd love to have them again. I don't have the space, or the funds to be buying another set of Marvel characters,
because it would be a set, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
So this could probably be the best figure ever. If and I'd still probably be like, no, but it does look great, and I think if you were if you were into it as much as I am with the Star Wars and like you are with Star
Yeah,
Wars and stuff, I think you'd
absolutely,
be absolutely fine with this. Like,
yeah. No, and
nothing
you know,
wrong with
you
it.
can. I always, will praise a figure that I think looks great, and I'm sure in hand it'd be brilliant. And I'd love to kind of see it in hand, but as you say, it's we all have to kind of pick our battles, and this is one that I was collecting Marvel in the early days of Hot Toys because there was a lot of it, kind of even before they launched the Star Wars line. So you kind of collected what was around. But then obviously as they then started to bring out Star Wars, then I kind of moved towards that, which is my my number one love, and kind of sold off a lot of the Marvel. So yeah, I can pass on this, but I think it's a nice looking figure.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Right, so this is interesting. So this was announced yesterday or Tuesday, I think, late Tuesday night here our time. So this is the Hot Toys Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, the battle damaged version. So the standard version, which was the black and grey outfit, came out. People started getting them 3-4 months ago, just before Christmas, I think. I liked that figure, and I was tempted at the time because I love the kind of the massive bulk of the body, and all that sort of thing. But I did pass on it. But obviously now they've just John on After Dark last night. I didn't realise it's the 40th. It was the 40th anniversary of the comic book Dark Knight Returns yesterday. So
that's why.
It's in a very un-Hot Toys thing. They've actually brought something out to celebrate an anniversary, which they don't normally. They normally really shit with things like that, and then they'll bring something really random out, or bring out the next year when it's not an anniversary.
40th year. Well, it was last year.
Was it last year? Yeah.
It'd be terrible with birthdays. Happy birthday.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is battle damaged. It's the blue and grey, so it's a more kind of classic comic book look, and it also comes with an unmasked Bruce Wayne sculpture. Although I can't get Zach's comment out of my head that it looks like Robert De Niro doing that face.
But now it is now. Then. Yeah,
but having said that, I pre-ordered this today.
Did
I really
you?
fancy it, and it's not bad. Like about 240, I think it was 240, 250 on kit. And part of the reason why is because look who they teased in that photo on the left as well.
Okay.
So they've teased Superman from Dark Knight Returns. That doesn't mean anything because Hot Toys have done that before and never released the figures that were teased. But yeah, I think that would be really cool if they do bring that out because he's got a massive quiff on him. You can kind of see the start of that. Yeah, that will come out here like that. Brilliant,
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, absolutely. And the outfit and the proportions and stuff will be really good, I think. So I kind of thought, I'll go for this. So I'm quite looking forward to that. Yeah, that I quite like the Bruce Wayne sculpt. Some people saying it's a bit comic-y, but then it's a comic. This is a comic book. It's a comic book series.
I will I'll share with you. In fact, the last show I mentioned my mate who I used to work with, and he got into it, and then he left. And I was gutted because I was like, I finally had a mate at work that was buying them. But we often now, when something comes out or something gets announced, we're always messaging each other. And I sent him this Tuesday morning and just said, "You've seen this, mate?" Because he quite likes a niche Batman. He just bought that double pack. The Dark Suit Superman and the Vengeance and the Vengeance Batman, I think, isn't it? And he's over the moon with that. So I thought, I wonder whether Ben would be interested in this. But this did make me laugh. He saw this morning. I had a really complicated relationship with The Dark Knight Returns. Frank Miller has done some amazing stuff, and it is without a question a seminal piece of story lore. But I have never been okay with the chest size of Superman, Batman, or the Joker within it. They all look like that one weird working class friend of your dad. Just too weird for me, and it really takes me out of it.
Brilliant.
And I was like, not getting that then.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a no.
But look, but look, I think it would, and like you get, I think you'd be happy. Like it will be good, but it is just, it's a very, I think for me, and clearly Ben, it's a niche Batman in it. Like
It is very niche. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily go with anything else.
no, it will stand out, but but then that's quite a good thing sometimes as well, isn't it? If I think it will draw attention, like.
Yeah,
because of the colours
absolutely.
and like you say, that sculpt, even if it does look a bit De Niro,
Yeah,
it is quite good in its own little way. Isn't
yeah.
it? Like
It's very
it's good
detailed, very good. Yeah,
for a comic
and and it,
character.
and I do. I mean, I know most people say it, but I do. I do love that comic book. It's probably my favourite Batman comic book. And it's a great look because he is just like a hulking great beast.
Yeah,
So yeah, and who knows whether it will stay in the collection long term, but I'd like to get it in hand. And I know Lane Kramer got the standard one, and he said it was really good. He did an unboxing and stuff. So I think this one just gives you that extra, options because you've got the unmasked head, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to it really. And I say that hopefully they'll announce Superman soon as well because I think he'll look really good.
I think Ryan likes a bit of that. Just going through the chat here, Pete. We missed a couple here.
Yeah.
The Valkyrie. He's got Daniel Craig one.
Yeah.
And you could easily start doing that as well, couldn't you? If you really did like Bond, you could have just all the Bonds. Like,
It's easy
that
enough,
look
isn't
good.
it? Just
Innit?
just all in tuxes, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some decent sculpts of. I don't know whether Hot Toys. I don't think Hot Toys will go any further than Craig. I think they've just got the license for that last movie, and that'll
Yeah.
be it. But you could get some decent sculpts for.
They are about.
Certainly seen some good Sean Connery and Roger Moore sculpts
ones
out
there are,
yeah.
aren't they?
So you could do it, and I'm sure the other ones are around. And obviously, Big Chief Studio did do a couple of official ones. They did do a Connery. They did Roger Moore in like the all black from Live and Let Die, I think it was. So there are official ones out there as well. So you could put together a collection, but I don't know if there's. I've not seen. I certainly haven't seen a Timothy Dalton, but I'm sure you can find them if and it's quite an easy kit bash really because you can just pick up the suits and things like that.
That's the easy bit for that, isn't it? It'd just be tracking the head sculpts, and then once you
Yeah.
get them, you'd be
Exactly.
away. Easy one.
So that is that's scheduled for Q1, Q2 2027, around £240-250. So yeah, I pre-ordered that today. So we'll see how that comes in. This one's a bit lackluster, but obviously we're a bit short on stuff to talk about. So this is the Pelagostus Chief Jack Sparrow from Dead Man's Chest. Although I don't know why they just got Pirates of the Caribbean, not Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah, right.
Q3, Q4 2026, about £270. I've got the DX15, which was the so they had the DX06 originally way back, and that was from Stranger Tides. Then they did the DX15, which is from Dead Men Tell No Tales. That was really good. That's the first one that I picked up, and then obviously they brought out the DXs a couple of years ago, the Artisan one and the normal haired one. I didn't upgrade on that one, and I know that people say you're just saying that, but I really did prefer the neutral head sculpt on the DX15, to be honest. And you always get, you will say that because you've got that one and you don't want to buy the new one. But I saw enough like side by side to go, actually, I think the smiling sculpt was better on that one. But I did prefer the neutral one on the DX15. So obviously this is the same sculpt as the one that came out last year or the year before, which is, don't get me wrong, it's a cracking sculpt. And obviously there's some really nice paintwork on his face and stuff with the tattoos. But I think you'd have to be a really die-hard fan to want this because it's a very niche look. It's only a very small part of the movie. I find it odd, really. But I said on Ben's show that the one they want to do, which will sell like hotcakes, is a classic Curse of the Black Pearl one.
Yeah,
Yeah, because that's the best movie by far.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Why not do that? Because
Yeah.
that was the point I was going to raise with this one, Pete. I just thought, like, I've always kind of wanted one, even whether it was DX15 or one of the newer ones. Always, because he is an iconic character.
He is. Yeah.
It's a look. It's a strong. I think whatever one you get, it's a strong looking figure. Like,
absolutely, and it's really comical as well. The poses you can get him in. He comes with these like bottles of grog and stuff, and it's good fun.
So all of those bits would be brilliant. And in fact, me and my wife were talking the other day about in the future, like we will move. We know that. And she said about, I think maybe you need a room, don't you? I was like,
yes.
Yes, I do.
So could you write that down, please? Could
Sign,
I have that in writing?
sign that there.
We're not going back on this.
Sign that there.
Yeah.
But I think I've had to do like having them on display sort of in the hallway like I've done to get to that. Because like I'm doing this, so and then once you accept that, it's like, oh, I want them in a room. It's like, fine.
She's like, I'd rather you could stick them in a room and shut the door and don't have to look at them.
Then I don't have to look at them.
It's a good ploy, mate. It's worked.
Yeah,
it's worked well.
It's worked out. Yeah, it's took a year and a half, but it's it's come round to me now, and I'll take the win. But it's the sort of character I thought, no, I won't get him now because it'd look stupid for where I'm at, the way I've organised it, it would look silly. However, might be one of the first ones I'd pick up when in a couple of years when I've got a room, I've got some cabinets, because he can just be in that one cabinet, like one shelf on his own, lights, and that.
Well, it works really well with like dioramas and stuff as well. You know, you can put together a little diorama or something.
Yeah.
See, Feezy's just built like the whole
oh
boat
my
with
god!
the sail
I
and
saw
everything.
that. It's like shitting hell.
It's huge.
It looks
Space that must
amazing.
take up. Yeah.
My mum would go mental if I could. What the hell is
Look
that?
what I've made.
It's
It's like that.
That's a fucking full boat. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But
what you can do about it.
if I were to, so say I do that though, and this comes back to the point I was making, I wouldn't get this one because I'd get the
well, the thing is as well,
typical look.
Even I mean, they could have kind of, I suppose they could have done a, because you obviously, if you're looking to have, if you want the jacket, the big coat, the hat, you don't get any of that here. So it's not like you've got an option to kind of swap,
do away with it.
There's only the one head sculpt. They're very much stuck with a 5-minute scene, as far as I can remember, where there are the screaming. It could have come with a screaming sculpt where he's running away, something like that, because that's the sort of or the dog with the bone in its mouth, all that sort of, all the kind of funny iconic bits of it. Here, you're actually left with quite a stoic kind of pose with not really,
much variation, really.
Yeah. So it's an odd one to go for. I can imagine. I can imagine that they will bring out other versions, but it's going to be a bit like Indie, where they're going to kind of go, right, okay, next you can have one from World's End. I think they did that before, and it'll be like eventually, here's the Black Pearl one that you all wanted years ago, but you've all bought at least one of these, and that's quite annoying.
Very annoying, because that is the one. You are right. That is the one in it. That's the one.
So the one I've got is I've kind of, I just made it look as much as I could so I took half the belts off because he's got far too many belts. See, here he's got less belts than that last one where he's got like 3 or 4. It's very bulky, too much stuff on it. So I kind of pared my one back. So he's a bit like that on the left there, just with the shirt and the sort of waistcoat thing, and sold off all the other bits because that's the look I remember, kind of thing. I didn't really want him in the coat and the hat and everything. But I think it's a figure that you want to have in your collection at some point, a representation of it. But this for me isn't the one.
It's not it.
No.
It doesn't look different, and you wouldn't even like. I'm trying to think of like the figures I've got where I might have two. So like RoboCop, for instance, that's battle damaged. I've got one battle damaged and
Yeah.
one clean, and it looks totally different.
Yeah, exactly.
If I had the other one, I don't know whether I'd want this anyway because I don't know.
It's
I
like
think
it's inferior. I think with the
Yeah.
RoboCop, they're both great figures, and they're both really different looks. And like the head sculpt and the battle damage one's brilliant. The other one's die cast, so you've got a real difference there.
Yeah.
And they sit well with each other. Whereas this one, I think you'd be
You
like,
just have
it's good, but the other one's better.
yeah. And now you've just got two of the really identical character, really,
Yeah,
that looks
with
other than the
nice
paint and a bit of a funny
paintwork on
outline.
his face. Yeah, and it just looks weird with that like feather duster thing as well. I know it was in
Yeah.
the movie, but it doesn't. It's not a great display look. I would
No, it's not.
in my
I
mind
didn't.
anyway.
No, I didn't really necessarily
No,
like it
but an
too
odd
much.
one of those odd ones. They just
It's
kind
just
of
odd. Yeah.
throw out
Odd's
there,
probably
and
the word.
undoubtedly, like the head sculpt's great, but it's just the one head, and you've got to kind of stick with this look because it's there.
Yeah.
Even if they'd done another sculpt with the eyes closed, because obviously the cool thing is he's sitting there with his eyes shut, and you think he's got his eyes open, and then he opens his eyes because he's got
Yeah.
the tattoos on the backs of his eyelids. They could have done a
That
closed
would have
head one,
been.
but obviously, then you're getting into DX territory, I suppose, and they go, well, it would have been another £100. Would you want to pay that and stuff? So I don't know, but I think it's a little bit of a miss. I don't think they make bad figures, but I think sometimes they make the wrong figures.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So this one though looks great in my opinion. So this is the Thor Avengers Age of Ultron Thor from Hot Toys Artisan Edition, Q1 to Q2 2027. Difficult to find a price because it's a very limited release. Sideshow had him on for about $340. So obviously, if in the UK, if you ordered from them, you'd be looking at north of 400 with your shipping and your customs and stuff. So so you are paying that obviously that sort of £150 premium for the hair for the head sculpt. I think they've done a good job here. I think previously the Thor that I owned was the Dark World one, which I always felt was the strongest one because I think the latest sculpts they got more sort of realistic. They always had a bit of the Matt Walker from Fast and the Furious look to them.
Yeah.
More, not a strong Chris Hemsworth look. So I sort of never upgraded that Dark World one, and obviously I moved stuff on. This looks great, I think. I say again, it's not spot on, but I think it's the closest they've got to Chris Hemsworth. I think it's a good look with the. Well, you get both arm options, so you get the seamless bare arms, and you get the kind of the armored arms as well. I always like the armored arm look from the Dark World one. So, and obviously, here I think the one on the right looks really good.
That's really great, isn't it? That.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I think it's undoubtedly the best Thor they've done. I'm not sure quite why had they sort of scattergunning movies and just picking. Oh, we're going to have Thor from Age of Ultron, and they've just done that Cap from Civil War and everything. And I don't mind that as much because my Avengers setup was originally it was the original Avengers from the first movie because that's the first ones that Hot Toys brought out. So I think Cap came first, then it was Thor, then it was Iron Man. So you kind of collected them. But as the years went on, I just upgraded each figure as they brought out one that I preferred. So I ended up with like the Mark 46 Iron Man. I had the Dark World Thor. I had which Cap did I have? Civil War Cap and stuff. So I don't mind this because I could quite happily say, right, I want a Thor. This is a good classic look. I think before it got too silly, too overcomplicated, all the light up and everything. So I really like this look, and I'd be more than happy with having this as like a representation of the character if I had the Avengers collection. So I think that sculpt on the right sells it for me. I think that looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, I mean, what's your opinion on it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Now I've seen that. I hadn't seen that picture on the right
Mm,
before. No, that does look really, really good, doesn't it?
yeah.
And again, like we've said with Avengers and Marvel, not for me. But I think if you were in the market for one, you wanted
Hmm.
one, you ain't. I don't think you're going to be disappointed with this. This looks great.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to
To
be a
be honest,
tricky one. I think there's only 3,000 that they're releasing of this. I think it was for like a batch of 500, and
yeah,
then there'll be an extra thousand. But even 3,000 is not a lot.
it's
And
not.
obviously, the fact that they declare like other hot toys, they never tell you how many there are. There might only be 3,000 of a figure, but you don't realise because. But certain ones like this, they'll hype it up. There's only 3,000, and then people start going right. I need to set my alarm for when it drops on
Yeah,
sideshow and all this kind of thing. And people scramble about for it, and then they end up going for silly money on the aftermarket and everything.
yeah.
So I don't really get. I'm not really into that thing. I don't feel. I don't feel like I want to kind of join in with that kind of nonsense. I just want to. I've got the money. I want a figure. I just want to be able to buy it. I don't really want to
Yeah.
have to. It's like theatre tickets and stuff. It's just an arse, isn't it?
Oh, it's
It's
a
like
pain in it. That.
you try and get on there. Oh, you're number 4,000 in the queue, and you think, well, I'm probably not going to get any tickets. But should I sit here or
Puts
And
me
it's a
off
bit like
going to the stuff.
yeah, exactly. And it's a bit like that, and that's not really what I'm in the hobby for. I think you can't afford everything because we've all got budgets. But I think if there's something that you want to get, you shouldn't have to really, you know. And it seems silly because they can sell more. Why not make
Oh, couldn't
more?
they?
It's
Yeah.
not the statue game. I think statue collectors are very much into, you know, the rarity of pieces, and the edition numbers and stuff. And that's always been a thing. But I think for these figures, it's not really. I think it's kind of creating a bit of a false scarcity that I'm not a massive fan of. But yeah,
Yeah. No, you should. You should. If you want it, you should be able to get it.
yeah,
But it shouldn't be
exactly.
a. It shouldn't just be a. It's not like it's. It's not a particular like. Not really niche is the word, but it's not a character that deserves that either. It's quite a generic character. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a common character. So
Yeah,
why are you putting that on it? Like it's going to be popular.
yeah,
Of
they're
course it
easily going
will.
to sell it. Yeah, yeah. You can see it
So
with some of like the more. I mean, like that
really,
1977 Spider-Man and stuff. There's going to be
yeah,
less. I mean, don't
less
get me wrong.
interest.
I'd have probably picked one up if it was a general release because I kind of like that really cheesy 70s look, and I remember watching that as a kid.
Yeah.
So I probably would have picked one up if it was a normal release. I'm not going to go chasing it and pay 500 quid for it.
No.
But you can understand that because that's a very niche thing, and they might think, well, there's not that many people want it. This, anyone that's got a Thor in their collection would want to upgrade to this, surely.
Wouldn't you? Yeah. And if you
Unless
were
you're,
thinking
unless
of
you're,
getting one,
yeah,
you'd be like, I get
exactly.
that.
Yeah, yeah. All right, it's going to
Yeah,
be
it's
a bit
weird.
more. It's because of the hair, the hair application and stuff. But the fact that it will be gone and then it'll be people will be flipping it for 600-700 quid. It's like, no, not really. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that one on the right. I just think they've got the hair just perfect. Like the one on the left, it's a bit too puffy, whereas the one on the
Yeah,
right it just
they've
sits
just
really
they've
nicely.
just
Like
caught a very good. It's
it's
just
like it's got
perfect there, isn't it?
like weight in the hair, isn't it? Like real
Yeah.
hair. It's not just floating there. That's really good.
Well, I think where his head sort of tilt, it almost looks like the hair's moved as he's looked. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like it's
yeah.
just carried
Yeah,
its
it's probably just
flow.
lucky. They've just turned it to the right. I'm going, oh, hello.
Yeah, I bet he couldn't bloody believe that. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
shit! Look at that.
Well, no, it looks real. Um, and that's that. I think the one on the left, I'd look at that and go, that's a figure. One on the right, you could convince me that was a test shot for a costume shot or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, easy.
That's the subtle difference with that kind of that tweak of the eyes and the head position. I think. So, yeah, I think it's a cracking figure. And again, so then weirdly, we also on the same day we got another Age of Ultron figure. The re-release, I think it might even be a 3.0. I can't remember of the Iron Man Mark 43. It says 2.0, but I think there might have been a die cast. There was a die cast, and now this is the 2.0 of the die cast, I think. So coming soon, Q1, Q2, 2027. Look at about 450 for this one. Now, obviously, the price of the die-cast Iron Men has gone. I remember in the first ones were like I think it's the first figure I ever paid £300 for, and I was like, bloody hell, I'm never paying that again. And now we're up
And
in,
now here we are.
we're way beyond that.
Every time.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got that kind of costing with it, and obviously, but this one comes with a little bit of an added bonus. So this is the deluxe version, and we'll have a look at the base in a minute, which does something quite special. Again, I think it looks cracking. It's really quite a way down on my sort of favourite armors for Iron Man. It's not one that. So this is the one that there's the gold. The Mark 42 is the colours swapped. So he spends a lot of the movie. Iron Man 3 in that one, and then I just never found it that special of a suit, really. I very much I think the 46 was really good before it went too sort of organic. The cat out.
Yeah, mate, just being a twat. Out the door.
I think the 46 was like the last one that was a sort of chunky armor, like a man could actually fit in that suit. So then you start getting into the 50, the 80s, and all that sort of thing. And I think they felt a little bit too organic, and that actually you couldn't fit a person in there.
Yeah.
So, and this one obviously was the one that was in the Hulkbuster and stuff like that. And we don't know yet whether they're going to re-release the Hulkbuster, because obviously that's like, I think the original one was like £700, so you'd be looking like £1,000 probably now. And who's got the space or the money for that, really?
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess there's a few improvements. I think there's a lot more light up effects, and I believe that this is the first one that's USB, so actually you can light it up without having to open up 17 compartments and put 3 of the smallest batteries in the world in there.
Fucking batteries.
Flick them on. 10 minutes later, they've all gone out.
They're dead.
Just totally. And then obviously, Hendra Wu had a good business, got good business going with the fusion reactors and stuff like that, where you basically, I don't know if you've ever had any of them. So you kind of like, say the arm had 3 batteries, there'd be like a block of 3 batteries that would kind of go in and had a wire and all that sort of thing. So you could wire them all up and everything, and they work quite well. But obviously now, if you just stick a USB cable in the back, and I know people say, how do I hide the wire? Well, you can hide the wires if you make an effort. And for me, it's a small price to pay to be able to just flick a switch and it all lights up.
Yeah.
And you can have it on all the time. That's much better for me.
Those CCFL ones, mate, that was my worry with the wires. You can, you can hide them. They're easy to hide, actually.
Yeah,
you run them properly. It takes you a little bit of time. They're not just going to disappear. You've got to put a bit of effort in. But
yeah, and with those really fine small cables. Obviously, if you go with a standard USB-C cable, it's going to have a little bit of width to it. But if you shop around and you have a look, you can get ones that have those really thin cables on, which easily disappear. Put a bit of blue tack, stick it down the back of one of his legs. You'll never see it once it's all set up, and it's just brilliant. Flick a switch, all comes on, and you can finally actually enjoy the Iron Man and I hope they start. I was saying on Ben's show, I hope that they do this with everything now. Like when they eventually, and no doubt they do, release the A New Hope specific C3PO and R2D2. I hope that they're USB as well, because I've always wanted to have mine lit up, and I did have fusion reactors for them, but when I moved and I took them out, they just broke, and I didn't want to spend out again for them. But to have 3PO's eyes lit up and R2's lights on and stuff would be brilliant. So I hope that they go USB as well. I think the head sculpt is really good on this one, and again, I think, I think it's hands down, I think, the best Tony Stark sculpt. They get better and better, and there've been some shocking ones. I remember some of the early ones were really goofy. And then they kind of dialed it in, and then they had that weird one with the 85, wasn't it, where they had to swap it and everything.
That was it.
This one, I think, it's not perfect. I think I love on the right, it looks brilliant. I think the only thing that puts it a bit off is his chin's a bit too pointy, a bit too long, a bit Jimmy Hill.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
With that little bit less chin, I think you're getting very close there. So again, it's like, yeah, well, I'm not interested in this figure because I don't really like the suit. I'm not bothered about the movie. But if they were to then, the Mark 7 maybe re-releases again, or the 46, and it comes with a cracking head sculpt, it's like, can it draw me in? But
see, I probably I reckon about a year and a half ago, right? We went through a bit of a Marvel / Avenger like little binge. Watched loads of them, and then I was like, do you know what? I wouldn't mind Iron Man, but I will be honest, it's the one character for Hot Toys where mate, it's so confusing what one's what. Like, it actually started hurting my head. I was like, I can't look at this anymore. I don't know what one I'm buying. I don't know what one I want, and I just in the end just went, do you know what? Whatever.
I think if you're buying on the secondary market now, you got to be really careful because you might think you're buying a die-cast one and you're not. And
there's all sorts out there, isn't there? Like if you haven't got one, and that was like before I'd even sort of started doing my YouTube stuff. I was only mild, like around that point. I was just buying the ones I want and whatever, and I was just confused. I just remember being so confused. I was like, this is madness.
There must be like 50 different suits out there now,
it's crazy.
Including all the re-releases and stuff.
And then I was like going, but I like the suit in that one. And then I was like, but what suit's that? And then it was like, is that one? Is that suit? And I was like, this is chaos. Chaos.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it just chucks another one in the mix here for you. So
yeah, chuck that in.
Yeah, but I think that it also brings. I think I'm not sure I'd want to buy a second-hand one because I think it does open it up to you'd have to really do your homework on what head sculpt you're getting with it. People could easily swap it out. You'd be like, oh, this head sculpt's a bit shit, and then you go, oh, that's not actually the one that
that's not come the one,
with
it.
Is it? Yeah, so it's. I think if you're after one, I would wait because they're going to redo them all again.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe that's another one for
you've got a favourite one. Just give it a while
for when the house move happens in a couple of years or whatever.
Yeah,
maybe that's one of them. Yeah, maybe that's one of them.
Yeah, and I'd say if I ever end up moving something, I mean, I've got a lot of space here anyway. But if I got more space, it would be something that I would probably look to get back now that Avengers, that kind of arc has gone. I know we've got Doomsday coming up and everything, but obviously that kind of arc with those people was sort of done. This is kind of a bit of a kind of like a not alternate reality, you know what I mean? But it's going to be, obviously, there's going to be a different version of Stark that became the Doom rather than Iron Man. But it'd be good to, because that's the other thing as well with when the films were coming out, it was this constant upgrading, and obviously that's part of what Disney do. New suit, every movie. This one's better. The release is a bit better, and you're just constantly upgrading. Whereas to come back at it now that it's all done and go, actually, I want
that one.
Bearing in mind they are still releasing, but it does give you a better feel to what look you want to.
And I think as well, if they're like die cast or anything, I'm always wary of like secondary market on them as well. Like it's new or nothing for me. Like with the Robos, they had to be brand new because I just think there's so much that you could, like there could be a little ding in it that you just
and a lot of the time those pistons on the back of the legs break as well, or the leg that comes out doesn't
exactly. They're always new for figures like that, and I think really mine would be a new one. Like I'd just go new if I could. Like
I think so. If you waited this long,
what difference it made?
Because this head sculpt I think is great. So obviously they're only going to just sort of slightly tweak and improve on that anyway as it goes along. I mean, again, decent, but just sort of really random when they just come out with like they've gone with Ultron and
a big spinner and it just goes round.
Bing, 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 bing. Right, Iron Man. Boom, Ultron. No one likes that film, but we'll go with that one.
Do it.
So it's funny, but Hot Toys. So anyway, so with the deluxe one, I think it's probably about 60-70 pound more than the standard one. But you get this cool base, so it's a Ultron Sentry robot. So you can pile it all up on the base. It all pegs into the base, or take the bits off, it makes a complete figure. So you get a whole new figure as well,
Well, that's quite cool.
which is quite cool. They've never done. It's almost like a builder fig, but you've only got to buy
The
the
one.
one figure to get it. So I like that. It gives you options. Because quite often I've done that before, like with the some of the episode 2 stuff. You've got like half a battle droid and things like that. But to start giving you a whole figure that you can assemble, I like that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I'll tip my hat to Hot Toys on that one. Give us a little bit more value for money.
Yeah, it's nice of them.
Which,
Like, they don't normally
yeah,
do
I
things
mean,
like that. It's nice.
no, and we are paying a lot of money. Getting on for £500 for things like this now, which is insane, really. If you said to me 5 years ago, "Oh yeah, you'd be paying £5," I'd be like, oh, "Fuck off." I'll be well out of it. But you just tend to like move the goalpost, don't you? And go, "Oh well, I really want that figure. It's expensive." Like me with like Legolas, at £400 for a fairly bare bones figure, but I had to have him, and he's brilliant. And I'll never have to buy a representation of that figure again, because I don't think they could do any better on the likeness and stuff. Yeah. So it's we all kind of bend the rules to suit ourselves, I think. But 500 is like another level, isn't it? Really start breaking into that.
That is.
So weirdly, we can talk about. I did put in the thing you sent me for Wolverine, but it doesn't appear to have.
No, it's not in there.
Stay there. Yeah, so we can chat about it in a minute. I can probably put it in there. Let me put it in there. We'll talk about it in a minute. So I don't know if you've watched are you a Game of Thrones fan?
No, mate. I think we've had this one, haven't we? I never watched one. Missed out on the hype when it was all about.
Yeah.
And then basically spent the rest of my life with everyone going, "You haven't watched Game of Thrones, mate?" And I've had to go, "No, I haven't seen it."
Oh, it is in there. I just need to refresh it.
That's just on the... I've just had to live like that, being told that I need to watch Game of Thrones.
I think... well, funny enough, I remember you saying that you hate Harry Potter as well, or you've never watched it, and I forgot. I don't know how I managed to skip over this slide at the beginning, but probably best skip because it's pretty bad. That's the J&D Studios.
Thomas one, wasn't it? I was pissing myself because someone said
he was saying he was the Asian Harry Potter.
I thought he looked like Hideo Kojima. And someone else said,
that, didn't they?
Someone else put John Lennon and Yoko's love child.
Yeah, and then they were like, "That's Julian Lennon, right?" That person exists.
They've got that is a person. That's an actual human.
Again, talk about 450. I think they missed. J&D missed on this one. It doesn't look anything like him compared to the in-art ones. I like the in-art ones. It's just rubbish, and they're only tiny little figures as well. So I think they've missed it. I just suddenly I went back into the slides to get that one in. I was like, oh, hang on, we managed to skip that. Game of Thrones was a cultural phenomenon. I think if you kind of didn't get on it when it was on, I think looking back at it now, all you'll hear is that people say it just ended really badly.
Yeah, heard
because
that.
The first 7 seasons were brilliant, building up to like the characters, building up to everything, and then last season they just rushed it because the two guys, I forget their names, Ryan brothers or something. They thought they got the Star Wars gig. So they were like, right, let's just whack this out. Let's get this season out. And in the end, I think because of the shit work they did on that, they didn't get the Star Wars film. So a total waste of time. They kind of just completely changed, people's characters that you built up. Oh, they wouldn't they wouldn't do that kind of, they wouldn't act like that. So it left a bit of a bittersweet taste in their mouth. And I think, if you talked about it now, people would be like, well, if I knew then how badly it would end, I probably wouldn't have bothered watching it. So I think, like, having not watched it, I would say watch it because it's some of the greatest storytelling and well-made shows ever, with the caveat that
I don't know why I never bothered, because it's sort of my cup of tea anyway. I just don't know why I don't know. I don't know why I
yeah,
didn't bother.
yeah. I mean,
It probably just fell into that trap of like I missed probably the first few, and then people were talking about it, and then I was like, oh, well, I'm
I'm
too
not going to
far
catch
out.
up.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think it's
And
probably
I
that.
think I was watching it when it was first out, and then like with my mate, and then and then I said to my wife like, oh, when we after we got together and everything, I was like, oh, you need to watch this, and then we started watching it again. So I was kind of watching the older ones while I was watching the newer ones as well.
Yeah,
So there's a couple of spin-offs. So that kind of played its way out. And then you had House of the Dragon, which was set like several hundred years before that, all about when dragons were still around and everything. And there was a season of that. They did a second season. I think they're making a third season. I didn't really warm to that. It's got Matt Smith in it, but he's just really weird. He's playing a long white-haired guy, and he's
yeah,
like a proper wanker in it, and like shagging his sister or whatever, cousins, all this sort of thing. So I didn't really warm to that, but then they announced this one. So this is actually based on a book that the author had written, and it's kind of set almost in between the two. So it's still before Game of Thrones, but quite close to, like maybe 100 years before
yeah,
that started. And it's a really sort of simple. It's only 6 parts, and I think they're like 40 minutes each or something. And it's really almost like just centers around maybe like a week. Whereas this guy, he's a squire to a knight. The knight dies, so he turns up at this sort of like a jousting competition with this guy's armor and everything, and tries to get in. And he's a poor knight, and he can't everything. And it's really good. It's really kind of quite small, just in this one little area. So it's quite
yeah,
it's quite gritty, and what it was like to be a knight back then. And like there's a big battle, and it's just brutal. Like they just fucking just like clubbing each other with helmets, and they're all caked in the dirt, and they can't get up, and really different from that whole glamorous all the flashy moves and stuff. It's really like just brutal, really. So
yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I think if you've not watched Game of Thrones, you probably wouldn't get.
I was going to say, would I be able to watch that without
You
watching
could
Game of
do,
Thrones?
because it's not
Yeah,
really attached, because it's like 100 years before Game of Thrones. If you've watched Game of Thrones, you'll know like some of the families in it and stuff, the dynasties
yeah,
and everything, and you might have heard some of the names, like, oh, this was a king from 100 years ago. But I think you could watch it just as a standalone, and not need to know anything about. And then you might think, actually, I quite enjoyed that. I'll
you'll
give
want
Game
a
of
bit
Thrones
more of that. Yeah,
give Game of Thrones a go. So yeah, I enjoyed that. It was good. So that's just finished. Um, so yeah, and then take it away on the next one, because you popped this in the chat just before we
yeah.
came
It's
on.
popped up at work today, just when I was scrolling at some point. And I've been sort of keeping my eye on this. Not like a huge Wolverine fan, but as a game, I've always thought it would be a really good game.
Yeah.
Like I just think it works. Like, and the fact that it's by the same studio that did the Spider-Man games, I think you're on to a winner straight away. They don't fuck up at all. So I think as long as they follow the same sort of play style that the Spider-Mans have got, I think this is going to be brilliant. But looking at a few of the I'd sort of done a bit of a Google earlier. It looks quite violent. Looks like they've kept a bit of violence in there.
It is. Yeah, I've seen a bit of footage, and it looked quite brutal. So.
Which is great. Like, that sounds great to me.
You've got to have it, because he tears people apart. That's what he does, and you can't really sugarcoat that.
No, you can't. No. I was worried, because you could have. That was my only concern when they said they were making that. I was like, well, as long as they don't try and sort of do it for everyone, let's make it. Let's go to what he is, and that is quite a ruthless.
Oh, absolutely! Bastard. And the first time we really saw that was in Logan. Because all the other ones have been, all the X-Men films have been a little bit. You saw him stabbing people, but you never really. Whereas in Logan, he's cutting limbs off, he's cutting legs off. arms
what I
off,
want.
heads off, ripping people in half, and that's like
Yeah.
that's what he does. That's that
And I did see some
yeah.
twat put like I was reading the comments on the Facebook thing. Some idiot put, "Well, it's not going to be open world, is it? Like Spider-Man." It was like, well, no, and it wouldn't work though, because the reason Spider-Man games work as open world is because he's the bloody neighborhood Spider-Man that saves the city. He just goes
And also,
around
he swings around, so you can cover a lot of ground really quickly. Whereas he's just
quickly,
running around.
running around.
Like, take me an hour to get to the next,
Like, what were you?
Yeah, of
Yeah, I
course.
wasn't
Yeah.
expecting it to be that.
No,
I was
it's
expecting a
gonna
game of missions, really. I'm guessing
It'll
with
work
a good
much better
story
in that like tighter. So like if he's like storming a bunker or something where it's quite enclosed, a bit like an Arkham Asylum
yeah,
type feel. Where it's
exactly like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it wouldn't have worked as an open world whatsoever. Actually, like wouldn't have even thought they would. But I didn't even come into my head that they were doing that. So yeah, I think this is going to be really, really good, and that is 10 days before my birthday as well.
Oh,
so
nice. Let's hope that they keep on track for that one.
Oh,
I mean, I'm
crossed.
getting a bit of an Arran vibe there. That could be you under that mask there, mate.
One of my AI jobs, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, it does a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just round there.
Yeah.
Might get
grit your teeth.
yeah, just grow my fingernails.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. No. I think it. I think from what I saw of it, it looked quite good, and they were bigging it up. So hopefully it's.
And actually, gaming wise, not much. I've got Resident Evil is launching tomorrow. Resident Evil 9.
Requiem. I was going to ask you about that.
Christ. Yeah, I've got
Are you
that
going to
coming.
shit yourself playing that?
I think I will.
Yeah.
When I played Silent Hill, the remake of that, Jesus Christ, it scared the fucking shit out of me,
They're
mate.
creepy, aren't they? Yeah.
Fuck me. So frightening. So yeah, this one's meant to be a good balance between survival and a bit of action. And then really, there's not much else like that I've shown much interest in this year, to be honest, other than GTA
6, which is
6.
What's that? When's that due? July, August?
November now.
And I think we talked about it before. They're doing that full remake of the original Tomb Raider as well. I'll be up for that.
Oh, forgot about that. Yeah, that one. So actually, I was a bit worried. Like, when the baby gets here and that, I may not have as much time. By the sounds of it, not gonna have much to play until GTA. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
wait till then when this comes out.
Yeah, no, it's good. Looks good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I was tempted with Requiem, but I've got so many other games. I've got Resident Evil 4 that I've not played. So,
what, the remake of 4?
Yeah,
that's banging. Yeah, just do that. Save
people
yourself.
still say it's the best one because I played the original first 3 on PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
I played 4 on GameCube.
Yeah,
I played. I got up to 5. 5 was the last one that I played, like as new games on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah,
that was the one where like you got the big minigun. It was a real action one, wasn't it? It was good, but it didn't have that same sort of vibe to it. And that's I kind of dropped out of it then.
Yeah, 6 was terrible. 6 was terrible.
Picked up Resident Evil 4, so I do intend on playing that. But yeah, I might, down the line, years time, I might get the Requiem one if I've actually played any of the stuff I've already got. But I'm trying to now. I'm trying to now.
Making a conscious effort to have a go.
Just have a go at a few games. So I'm just playing Call of Duty World War II at the moment. So
it's not a bad one actually. That.
Pick up, but it's okay. It's okay. I had it on the PlayStation, so I just picked it. And like I'm picking up games that are like £5 now. So stick them on the projector.
Well, the thing is, mate, like this day and age, like it's amazing how, like, if you were to dig out, I think we said the other week on one of my things, like when we were talking about sort of older games or whatever, they show their age. This day and age, if you buy an old PS4 game, it still looks fucking brilliant.
I know. I think anything you buy, almost from like the last 10 years, nearly.
Still playing.
You're not going to be disappointed, because the advances get sort of, it's ever decreasing, isn't it? So I think anything from PS4, Xbox One,
you're fine.
Yeah, from the looks wise, I mean, there's still some dogs like in terms of gameplay and stuff, but
Yeah.
in terms of the graphical interface, you were not going to go, "Oh, it looks fucking shit."
No, you're not.
No. So, that's cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's kind of brought us to the end of the show. I did skip over you there, so let's have a little plug for
Oh yeah, of course.
your
Just
channel,
thinking,
mate.
because
Yeah.
we were talking about it. Yeah, I've put a little cheeky link in the description. I'm just saying, if you want a bit more of me and Pete, you've been on there a couple of times recently. I'm sure we'll probably do another one this week potentially.
Make a show last week before
we
last.
Did. So if you want a bit more sort of rants and a few things like the chocolate conversation from the start of the show tonight, just chuck Arran Articulates over and give us a like and a subscribe on there. Much appreciated. I think I'm actually up to 147 now.
Nice. So I'll have to update.
Slowly building, getting there. And I have branched into TikTok this week, mate.
Yeah, so I won't be watching you on that. I refuse. So I'm not going near TikTok.
Funny old platform.
I refuse. I've kind of gone. I've just gone. I'm 50 now. I'm drawing a line. I'm not
doing it.
I'm not doing it. Facebook's enough for me. I don't know if they really even did Instagram, to be fair. I'm certainly not going anywhere near TikTok, so you can keep that to yourself. But don't make any exclusive TikTok material that I can't.
No, it does tend to share over. The only one that went on there this week was, I did find one that I made during lockdown, which was the Soccer Saturday clip where Chris Kamara didn't realise someone had got a red card.
Yeah,
I spent basically a day in lockdown lip syncing his bit so that it was perfect,
right?
And filmed myself in front of I just put a match on YouTube, a football match, so it looked like I was there, and I put a headset on, but I had obviously them talking and me being Chris Kamara, but lip synced it. But it's to the T.
Yeah,
like I had it perfect because I had nothing else to do.
Again, we put our show on this because the things that we did in lockdown were just phenomenal.
I just remember doing
and you
it.
Go like you couldn't even dream of spending
doing that a day,
an hour doing that. It spent like I had 2 days. I got up, fuck what else to do.
Got 10 o'clock. I remember doing it. Watched it again and was like, that's funny. I was like, I wonder if I could lip sync myself doing it. And then that was the day, really. Like kept doing it, and then it was
like when your other half's not going. Like we've got stuff to do. We've got to go out. We've got to do this. And it's like there's nothing to do, so I don't really care what you're doing. Like go for it.
What are you doing now? Oh, I'm lip syncing a Chris Kamara video. Oh, are you?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, well done. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just fucking painting my nails.
Yeah.
I've actually tried to see how boring watching paint dry is today, because people say it. I wondered how boring it is.
Like, I've never had the opportunity or the time to try it. I might as well.
So I've tried it today. And it is a bit boring.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. All right. Well, night, love. Night.
Yeah.
I'll see you in the morning. Great day.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, we do need to do that show. Maybe soon. Yeah. Maybe in the next couple of weeks, mate. Instead of a live and uncut, we'll do a lockdown throwback.
Honestly,
definitely. Yeah. Some good stuff.
We'll never have that like a time like that again.
I don't think it's ever going to happen again, will it?
Although we said I quite enjoyed it, but it's it was definitely a strange one.
Yeah.
Right, so we give a shout out to our loyal Patreonies. We've got Captain Fordo, Rennie Mendez, Eric Mariscal, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, Equan, Chris Van Serena, Ben Thomas, David Jones, Sam Giss, Eric Switzer, Six Guns Figs, Badfish, Luke Skywalker, Griffin Campbell, Aaron Broveman, Comics, Austin McLean, Danny Lee, Dini Martin, Big Fern, Caesar Marquin, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bermondsky, Jose Cized, Takar3 War, Ares Portillo, Alvin J, Aurelius Delgado, Toy Cartel, Sean Forrester, Manny Fresh 369, Joe Corpus, Pablo Meza, Cam Collects, Harry Dempsey, Neko Catgirl, Mr. Masashi, Cisco Collector, Jared Gagne, Alberto Cortez, Big Rib, Big Donk, Trevor Weed, Darren Ilderton, Don Maton, Stephen Percher, Sean Yahtzee, Stephen Marie and Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perry and Exodus, Abe Dunk TV, Gigi Judgmental, and Ever in Our Hearts, Classy Thomas. The January-February Patreon benefits, I guess when we run next, that'll change to March, April, but you've benefits being the Dean figure sticker, Hollow, and the Flu Game sticker. We've got Hot Seat, it's $5 a month, gets you digital benefits and access to Ox After Dark and the Patreon chat. Sweet Angel is $750 a month and gets you physical copies of the stickers. So for Crispy gets you a Crispy certificate on first pledge and all the other benefits of the previous tiers. And the What a Guy is $25 a month, gets you the exclusive Pog Deluxe set and doubles of all the stickers. You can also support us becoming a YouTube channel member. We've got 12-inch Smooth Stream, Absolute Irwin, Alex Black, Alvin J, Aurelis Delgado, Aaron Salazar, Aaron Broveman, Ben Thomas, Big Rib, Bob Dylan, Chris Van Serena, Clinton Martin, City603, DJ, Eddie Money Mendez.
It's this one every week.
Yeah, fat Thai kid inside. Yeah, it needs like dashes in it, so you know where the. Gebear, Harry Dempsey, Hodor, Howard Potts, Mike's Adventure World, Manny Fresh 369. So when I did that Hodor thing last year, you had no idea what I was on about, did you?
No.
He's a character in Game of Thrones, so
no idea. Could have been anything.
Maybe someone appreciates
Someone got it.
Yeah. Jake, JFAN, Justin Sports Cards, Jay-Z, King Dingaling, Luke Skywalker, LV Avenger 702, Figure in a Bubble, Mr. Sketch, Nico Catgirl, OG Fan, 160 Figure Focus, Shane, Philip the Fall, Ron E, SP, Sam Gist, Sean Forrester, SpongeBob SquareBalls, Stephen Crett, Trevor Weed, Universal Key, and Yomo. You also get access to these different icons. I think you can chuck in the chat. If you're audio Patreon, then the YouTube channel membership will cost you 99 cents a month, and you get loyalty badges, emojis, and shout-outs on the show, as we just had. Or if you're not a Patreon, you can still join us on YouTube for $2.99 a month, and that gets you all the same perks from the Patreon level. We have T Public, so we've got a load of different shirts on there, and so we're going to get one up of our new logo and get that on there so we can sport some merch. And then this is the Collecting Weekly Network. So I've got the hat on in tribute to the mothership of Collecting Weekly Live, which is on every Tuesday, After Dark every Wednesday. Then Thursdays we've got the Jewel in the Crown, OFAC, alternating with Small Talk. I think Movie Night has taken a little back seat now because they were filling in for OFAC, but we're back, baby. We're not going anywhere. So you can catch Small Talk next week, and then you'll see us again in a couple of weeks. So obviously there's an imminent arrival coming in the Arran household, so we might need to tweak things a little bit.
See how we go.
On what's going on? What the little ladies like?
Yeah, see how we do.
Yeah.
This just reminded me though, Pete. When I watched back the last one, when it got to this bit, you went. I was going to clip it and send it to you, and I just didn't get to it. But you went obviously OFAC, Jewel in the Crown, funny as fuck.
Brilliant.
It really made me laugh. Yeah, maybe
I'll go back and look at that.
It was really funny. The way you said it was just really funny, and I sort of go, just, obviously funny as fuck.
Yeah. That's what people would say.
Which is
always funny.
It's funny.
Funny geezers. And then on a Friday night, just another Friday night. So, yeah, cool.
There we go.
Yeah, thanks for tuning everybody, and supporting us in the chat. It's been good.
Yeah, nice to have everybody here. And we'll see you in a couple of Thursdays' time. Actually, get onto Arran Articulates, because I reckon me and you'll do one in between there, Pete. I reckon.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. We're constantly coming up with ideas for material. So yeah, I think we'll probably squeeze one of them in.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Night all.
See
you later, everyone.
Bye.